Hi, it's me again with Corel tips and tricks. I wasn't going to really make a video on this. I was playing around with shadowing too. You can't shadow this many objects. The Corel just won't do it. So if you didn't watch part one, you'll be totally out of the loop. But I'm going to put that in the, that's how we started right there. And I'm starting in the center of the page. So I put a little shadow to it. You know what? Well, I'm going to ungroup. I'm going to play around with this even more. I'm going to go to object group and ungroup this. And I can take all these away and then select these and always want the top one to work with. I'm going to go ahead and bring in my indexing lines and you can see where it is. I'm going to change the color with the interactive fill tool. I'm going to go from a blue to maybe a light blue and see how that looks. Might as well go ahead and get it straight. I think that's good. Now I'm going to control, see, we're already at 30 degrees because I rotated it from the first video. So I'm going to control D to make a duplicate, alternate C to make it rotate from the center of the page. And I'm going to rotate it 45 degrees, which is at 15 more. Because, and somebody's already asked a question, why didn't I just rotate it 7.5? Well, here's the why, or here's the reason. I'm going to control G to group it. Now that's a group. Now I can control D to duplicate it and rotate that 7.5 degrees and get that. Now that's a group. So I can hold down the shift key and I can make that a little bit smaller. Let's make it a little closer. So I'm gonna hold down the shift. Now this can be a group, control G, and I kind of figured something out. I'm gonna control D and hold down the shift key. Now, if I control D again, if you remember, it did that. So what I'm going to do now, instead of doing that, and to me, it's going to make life easier, I'm going to just hit the plus key on the keyboard. And then holding down the shift key, I can bring that in. Why does it look like it's rotated? Let me start over. You know what? Why do I have? There we go. Okay, let's just do this. Plus key on the keyboard. Hold down the shift. Bring that in. Now I'm going to hit plus on the keyboard and it doesn't bring it in. So I'm just going to do it all manually and it won't jump. So I don't have to take it back. I think this is a lot faster just hitting the plus key because the control D will make it progressively smaller. Whoop, must not hit the plus key. Good. Hold down the shift. And also I was going to show you another way. Plus key didn't work. I was going to show you another way, plus key, that you could do it a little bit different, but this is working pretty well. So I don't know that you'd even want to do this. I'd actually tried it at first and I didn't like the outcome. See, this to me is a lot easier than, and I might be getting closer and closer, but I actually need to zoom in. And if you hold down the shift key, it'll grow from the center a little bit more. And don't forget, you could change this up here. And we could change it now to like to 20 and see what happened, but that's too much. Then you could hold it. So let's call that good. That looks pretty good. Let's put a black background on it, just see what it looks like. Object, order, backup page. That looks pretty stunning, especially if you take away the indexing line. I like it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a duplicate of this because I'll keep that for my icon for the video. But what I'm going to also say you could do, you could really just make 2 columns. Now this is a bunch of groups, so we have to select it all, go up to object and group and ungroup all. And then what I'm going to do and remember we're working in the center of the page, I'm going to take the pick tool, and I'm going to get more than I need, because I don't need those on the side. We'll go ahead and move this out of the way for a second. And now I can get rid of those other sides of the pieces. Almost have to do it by hand. You can get a lot of them at one time, but you want those two sections because they're a little bit different. Now group this together, Control G, and put it back to the center of the page. See, that's why I use indexing lines, because I don't remember how many times I did it. Now you could do the same thing, and this is where you could change your colors. But if you go Control D and then alternate C, and we're going to rotate it 15 degrees, this is what you're going to get. So you could, make different colors and not have to do through all the work. But I'm kind of glad I made the video at first. I thought it was really not that important, but that looks pretty good. Anyway, I hope that helped a little bit. Thank you for watching.